What's up, y'all? Frank Bank in the building. I'm here with a recap of the Sixers versus Boston game. It's a pretty good game, I ain't gonna lie to you. Even though we got down 24 points in the beginning of the game, I like the way we fought back into the game, which shows that we not just gonna let any team roll over us the way Boston wanted to in the beginning of the game. We adjust, which is also good coaching. But at the end of the day, Embiid had an okay game again, but I like the way he looked on defense now a little bit more than he did the previous games. I feel like he's getting in more better shape and things like that. And Maxey had his good game again, 28 and 14 assists. But the only thing with Maxey, he was kind of lazy in the passing, but I feel as though he could fix that. So Quentin Grimes ain't have his best game, but he did good coming off the bench, but he had a couple, couple bad plays at the end of the game. This team, man, is showing that it's nothing like last year's team. It's like more of a fighting team. It's always gonna fight to the end. I didn't like how we looked at coming out the game, but it was more so our defense. Our defense has to get way sharper. But at points of the game yesterday, like especially that point where Edgecombe was guarding Anthony Simon and Bona got the block, our defense looked elite. And especially getting back into the game, it looked very elite. So I feel as though the potential for our defense is very high, even though we've had our lapses on defense. But at the end of the day, I feel as though we could say that also could be because of the communication on defense, which is crazy to think, because if our communication on defense is a little off, then that means probably our communication on offense is a little off. But we've been showing so much ceiling when it comes to both sides of the floor. Another thing I think we was missing is the presence of like a defender like Paul George, because at the end of the day, Jaylen Brown was getting off, and even though we played him better in the second half, I don't think that he would have ever got off if he would have been facing more length. He was like taking advantage of the fact that we have a lot of guards. So that's another thing. But overall, it was a great game. Fought down to the wire. We lost. For Sixers take their first loss, so it's like, I know people are upset because I even wanted us to go 5-0 starting. But at the end of the day, to be our first loss is kind of a loss that we could be proud of, because I know the nurse has to check us on like why we keep giving up like double-digit quarters, especially the third quarter. But this time we started off very, like, we gave it up in the first quarter. They put a stat up yesterday that showed that the Sixers are the worst third quarter team in the NBA right now, but the best fourth quarter team in the NBA. So it's something that we gotta, like, it's probably gonna take a lot of watching film and things of that nature, because it's a point of the game where we're playing super great, and it's a point where we're playing super bad. So we got to stay away from them bad habits that we're having and try to get more towards the good things that we've been doing on the court, to get back into games, to build leads. Really, 4 out of the 5 games is to get back in the games. But like, say like the Orlando game, we built the lead and we lost it. So I'm guessing like the time that we lost it will be considered the time that we got down double digits. But this game, it was more like we still were in the bad habits, but they came out shooting like maybe like 70% from the field, 60-something%. They were making every shot in the first quarter. It could be considered a revenge game because we just beat them in their court, but we beat them by one. I believe we beat them by 1, 2, or 3. We beat them a small margin, and we were down double digits in the third quarter to them. So we almost pulled it off again, and we beat them after the first quarter. I say we probably beat them by 12 points because we were down 13 in the first quarter. But since we were down 24 in like the first half, we smoked them in the second half. So we got to look at the things we did in the second half and get more aggressive on defense. What I've seen is that we were more aggressive on defense, but we get down. We get more like, we kind of like just play the game in the beginning, and then when we get down, we start playing more desperate. We got to start doing that from the beginning of the game to the end. We got to learn how to put 48 minutes together in the game, so we won't have to that's gonna push us to be an elite team. But either way, I feel as though we are gonna be fighting with the elites this year. Like they say that New York and Cleveland is the elite teams of the year. Boston just beat Cleveland, I believe, and Chicago's 5-0. They just beat New York yesterday. So I don't know how New York could come out, could maybe have a subpar season, and so can Cleveland. I see the Sixers, certain teams is catching the NBA by surprise. So that might be a situation going into like the mid-season and things like that. We got to keep seeing like after the first 20 games how we come out. But like hopefully we keep winning games. We had to get a loss. We can't win every game, so we had to get a loss eventually. And this is like a loss you could be proud of. If the team keep fighting like this, even though we will be upset that we keep getting down, because this is like it's gonna start getting like kind of like, even though the excitement of a comeback it is what it is, but the fact that we keep getting down is gonna start getting frustrating. But we also got Paul George and McCain should be coming back pretty soon. There's a lot of reports out that they should be coming back pretty soon. So I like to see how we look with a full deck of a team, because we've been playing kind of short-handed right now. And then Embiid off of the minute restriction, because Embiid starting to look like he's moving around better on defense. And even offense, when I seen them yesterday, he was like looking like he was even moving better on offense compared to the first game where he only had 4 points against the same team. And I'm pretty sure they played the same type of defense. Even though they left their defenders out on an island against Embiid certain plays of the game, but I feel as though that's the way. That's because they were more focused on Edgecombe, even though Edgecombe had a great game too. I like the way Edgecombe played. He wasn't high volume like the first game, but he played well. And I like that, the fact, like that's looking like Daryl Morey is looking like he made the perfect draft pick this year, because all the other rookies ain't playing as well as VJ Edgecombe. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you look up most of their stats, maybe Dylan Harper's playing okay, but I don't feel as though no other rookie is playing as good as Edgecombe. That's like, he's like the runaway rookie of the year right now. Hopefully he keeps it up, but he looked like he could have did a lot more yesterday as far as like in the mid-range game, getting the ball to to score and stuff like that. I feel as though he could have did more, because he was getting to his spots when he was getting the ball, and his shot looks pure, man. To be such a person that was like getting, he looked like he's gonna be a 40% 3-point shooter. Let me not jinx it, but it's looking good so far. It looked like an Anthony Edwards type shot, and Anthony Edwards led the league in 3-point attempts last year, I believe. So that's looking good. But yeah, overall, good game from the Sixers. Not great game, but we fought to the end, and we had 2 chances to win the game. We made super like elite defensive plays, like that play where we like strategies, like that play where we got them to get rushed because of the 8-second violation. I liked it. That's like playoff type strategies for defense, and that got us a steal. Like, I didn't believe we could do that, and we did it. So our defense could be elite at times. But yeah, like I said, I'll catch you on the next one. I'm not sure exactly who we play next. I believe we have an easy schedule coming up, but I will be here for the next live play-by-play, the next pre-game. And Sixers are 4-1. And if we would have started in the beginning of the season and said Sixers would start 4-1, everybody would be happy with that. So let's just take the positives out of these first 5 games. And if we go 4-1 again, we'll go 8-2. If we keep going at this pace, we're gonna be an elite team in this league. That's an 80% winning percentage. So we're not gonna keep going like that, because even the best teams don't go that good. But so far, so good. Everybody that joined the live yesterday, thanks for watching. I'm keep doing these lives so we can keep building, and Hopefully y'all tap into these post games too. And appreciate everybody that's been watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. That's the most important thing. All of that is free, and I appreciate y'all, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.